I can imagine. Thank you, Mr. Secretary.
Thank you, Mr. Gibson.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman, and I appreciate the leaders here today. It's certainly a difficult and complex situation you're dealing with. I'd comment first and then a question to comment. While I certainly empathize with the Libyan people, Gaddafi, despotic leader, to be sure, I oppose this action. You know, when you look at our involvement in Iraq and Afghanistan, completing our objectives there, I think is in our vital national security interests. We need to see that through. It's certainly taken a great degree of our effort to do so. Al-Qaeda, an existential threat to our way of life. We need to organize and to neutralize that threat. And the deficit, which also is an existential threat. These things, I think, require us to learn from our experiences over the last decade and to exercise discipline going forward. We talked in great detail about the lack of clarity and the rebels, not knowing a lot about these rebels. For what it's worth, based on my experience, my study and reflection on this topic, when your military and political goals are not harmonized, you really run the risk of strategic failure or having to go back on your promises. We are where we are today. My question has to do with authorization for going to war, and this is certainly a topic that was of great interest to the founders. We see this in Madison's notes on the Constitutional Convention. You see that in the Federalist Papers. You can read that in many different individual papers. I think it's suffice it to say that the founders really were very concerned about the executive exercising fiat and taking us to war, and they really wanted to make sure that there were checks and balances to that, and we get that through the legislature and in the Constitution that follows. So my question to the Secretary is, you say that the administration is complying with law. What law would that be?
The administration has complied with the elements of the War Powers Act that involve consultation and notification.
So if the Congress votes to not authorize, will the administration cease operations?
I don't know the answer to that because I don't know the legal case.
Well, clearly, this is a question that the American people need an answer to. Let me conclude by saying this, that apart from how the situation in Libya turns out, and we'll hope for the best, and I say hope because I'm not convinced that we really have a plan to accomplish the political objectives. We have a plan to accomplish the military objectives, but let's hope for the best. But beyond that, I want to associate myself with the remarks from the gentleman from Tennessee, and I think the major action this Congress needs to take up is going forward, bringing more clarity on the use of force and how the legislative and executive branches need to do their duties in concert with the Constitution. I thank the gentleman again for coming, and I yield back, Mr. Chairman.